Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about Annotate tab, which we can use it to provide notations, dimensions, detailing on the drawings that we have. Now Annotate, it's in the Autodesk family, mainly goes for text, dimensions, detailing, tags of the things that you have. Well, why it is important to provide those? Well, dimension, we all know that supposed to be provided. Detailing, those are not a component. I mean, I'm not going for the components here. I'm going for components. You can draw things on the, like for example, you want to draw something here, you'll be able to draw it. You'll provide text. Tag basically means the name of them. Like this is what this column. It was the name of it, like 25 by 65. I want to see. Or for the room things, for architectural, or for the staircase, I want to put the thread things that you have, the numbers. Example 1, 2, 3, 4 over the threads basically, or symboling that you have it here for beams, spans, area, or stair directions. Many more detailings that like basically for view. The first one we'll start with is the Annotate. Now Annotate is very important. So whenever you have anything, for example, you have section, doesn't matter. You have, let's say I have this section here. I want to provide dimension. So I'll go to Annotate. You already seen me doing this, so I can click on Align is the easiest one. You have angles, diameter things. Aligned can be used, for example, clicking here. Then I can select face, for example, from here. Look, this is the face of the wall. Click here, will provide me. Then I can go and click on other things. For example, clicking here, click at the center of this one, click on the center of this one. If you click on anything that's an object, it will still allow you to continue. For example, I'll go for center of this one. I'll go for the face of this one. Now if I want to place it, what I will do, I'll just go out and click somewhere in an empty area. If I click, I'll come here. Now I can change the, let's say the scaling here. I can change the scaling. I'll see it the way that I want. I can provide, for example, just between here till here. Like 2 click. Then the third click is outside somewhere, and you'll see it like this. I can click here with here, and I'll bring it down like this. For example, here, click outside, you'll see the dimension inside. So anywhere that basically you will provide 2 clicks, the face to face, and the third click is somewhere that you're placing it. This is the easiest way to place dimension. Here you have the other. Spot elevation will be used, so within the Annotate, linear, angles, we know diameter, for example radius, diameter, arc. Then we have the other, we have elevations. Now this is important. For example, you are in the top of the first floor, or the elevation here. You want to, for example, provide the way that you see it, spot elevation. I mean, you can provide it somewhere here. You see that it will tell me that this is 0. It's provided in different. This is, for example, 0 here. Press escape, get rid of it. I go to top of the first floor and I can provide this elevation. Basically, it will ask you some clicks because you can provide it in different. Tell it this is 350 centimeter. If you have different elevation within the views, it will provide this in order, especially for the first floor, if there's any elevation we have. Coordinate will be used if you're working with something with benchmark. I'm not going to go for them. Slope, if you have for example, a roof or something like ramp, you have it, you can provide those as well here. I'm not going to go for the detail of this drawings here. Region here, it is important if you have, let's say you will do, I didn't go for mass and site types, mainly architectural, provide topography, site plans, and then parking lots, those could be done. And then within the detailing you can provide some materials, like in here those detail line and regions you will provide. You'll say, okay, this is a soil, or this is gonna be, it's like hatch in AutoCAD. Hatching is something can be, it's basically 2D, not 3D. Remember, those are here. Whatever you're providing is for the only, you will see it here. They're not the 3D materials. So remember, those are not modeling here. Just drawings or something that you do. So you're drawing something over the model that you want to see it. They are not 3D model. So people providing these, they say that normally they will do it in the, for the sections. Let's say within this section here, for example this section, I can add something under here. So I'm deleting those first. Let's see, I'll delete those. I want to add something inside here, so I can go for detail line. This will allow me to draw things which they are not a component. I can just draw something here. Let's say like this. This is a box. Then I can draw something under here. Anything. Now I can even hatch it. So in Annotate, I can go to region here, and I can hatch this part here. Say a region here, also possible. Like this. A region here. Now this region has a material. And I can draw it. So I'll draw something under here. So like this. I can press on the image here, or the detail of it. Press OK. Now there is an overlapping, sorry. I cancel this. Let me go for region directly, not to have overlapping. So I'll draw something. This is not a part of the, for example, I have this one. Press OK. So you have this region here. Now it's kind of, you can add image to it. Like to see this is a grass, not those images. You can add different images, which is the materials, for example, gravel, sand. It will appear under here. Instead of adding it in the model, for example, add a material under the, you can add detailing here. That's also possible. Instead of adding the material, you can add them here. You have to provide the image, basically will appear there. Or many more things that you can draw it here, which not a part of the modeling, is just detailing there. You have text, which you can write things by yourself. Now I'll go for the tag. I'm not going to go for text. You can write anything by yourself. Then I'm going to go to top of the first floor. We have columns here. I want to provide, or even top of the foundation, I want to provide the columns tagging here. For example, each column's name. This is basically, we have tag here. So tag by category, tag all. Go for tag by category. Now you can just click on this one. You tell it, for example, what? 25. This one, I can click on the matte foundation. Look, it will appear matte foundation. Click here, it will tell me 26 by 20, for example, the columns dimension. This is, if you go for, you can change this one, the dimensions, how far it is from there, whether the vertical, a lot of things that can be changed here. Well, if you don't like this way to do it manually, there is other way that for lazy, so just press escape. We can do it so I can do it fast instead of doing tags one by one. I mean, this is specific if you want to just do it. There is tag all, we have it. In tag all, it will ask you which of the, for example, categories you want to tag here. Let's say I want to go for, we have here, this is, go for reinforcement. I can go for framing, we have it here. Or I can go for column, structure column tag. Let's say for columns here. All the columns will be tagged here. Again, like you can change the way that they have, or they look like. it's basically can be changed by, because it's totally depending on the way that tag you have it is 45, you have it here the tag. If you don't like this one, you can choose a different style while tagging. So tag all, you may have different styles from here. I don't have it from the structural here, but if you have, let's say I can go for the one I have it is 45, so it's basically, let's say foundation, I have it here, foundation tag, you can press OK, all up here somewhere, matte foundation. So if you how many foundation you have it, their name will appear. Remember, those are, if you remember I told you the edit type, you write the name, it's important for here. So let's bring all those, like say for the columns I have it here, and press OK. This is the name of the columns that we wrote them, they appear here. For example, we know which column. For the beam, similar. If I go to first floor, I have a lot of beams there. Yes, I can just simply tag beams, go for structural framing. So I have it here, the standard. Okay, within here I have some more. For the structural framing I have more, so I can select. If I don't like the style, I can change the style there. So press OK, you'll see the beams will be written like this. This is the name of it. So beam 2560, each of them. If you don't like the style, you can click one of them. If you have more styles from the list, you can select to see which one you like. Standard, this is standard, I don't know. Each of them might be different. So in that way you can change them. So this is box. So it will be boxed around it. Okay. Whatever, you can even go change their, because if you click here, you can even change the edit type. You can go with the font. You can change those, and the visibility. No, a lot of things that can be changed. Well, I'm not going into the detailing of it, but you'll be able to tag those if you want to. Now this is the name tagging there. Remember here, for example, you write beam 2560, you could write, for example, just that's why B or K or any name for a letter to be shorter that can be seen on the plans here. This is also tag will be used here. Let's say we have the staircase, I have it there. So for the staircase, we can use the thread numbers. Basically, you have to provide run here, you'll directly give it, the other one directly give it. So if I go to the section here, I'm just clicking on the run, it will provide it. If I go to the section that will see those, I have to provide it here even, so I can provide it here. I can give it to this one here, and to this one here. I'll give the numberings so you know how many steps you have it there. This is something that it's important to know. Well, what else we have it here? The symbols for the spans direction. When you have a, for example, this a two-way slab, one-way slab, you can provide these symbols here. I mean, you can provide the span direction, you have it here. I mean, this is one span we did in the beginning, so we did all of them as one. So if you provide here, I'll just provide it like this, two-way. You'll provide it, place it somewhere. So I'm going to place it somewhere here. So it'll tell us that this is a two-way slab we have it. Remember, each slab, if you do it alone, you can provide this symbol as well. Is it one-way, two-way? You can provide as well. Stair path, possible. For example, over the, you have it here. We said it's important for the stair path for us to know exactly how this stair is basically going, I mean, somewhere from which side to which side, which is already by itself, it's over it. You see the diamond, the way that it is, you can see the arrow that's appearing here, stair path. Because if you don't have it, if it's not there, you'll pick the stair and it will provide this line for you to tell exactly how the stair and from which side it's starting. Well, what else we have it here from this that's important? Others you can go for them. A beam annotation is different, you have it. This is tag just only for the beams, possible as well. Those are coloring things which can be have for room, and those will be enough here. So remember, whenever you have some sections, you do sections, you have to, or even on the floor plans, you have to provide full dimension. For example, I have this one here. Those are okay, but the dimensioning is important. For example, between those, just clicking on the grid lines, which those are necessary to be provided. For example, I have a wall footing here, I have to provide this wall footing. Now the wall, I have it here. For example, if you tag them, tagging it's okay, no need to put their dimension. But if you don't tag them, you have to put their dimension. So this is something, when you say necessary dimension, means that whatever on the plan, that you provide their dimension for people to find things easily. So this is the dimension here, the tag here. I mean, some tagging also, mat foundation here, wall footing. It's also possible that you can see their wall footing. I have it here 100 by 30 centimeter there. Within the section also can be there. So we use annotate to provide dimension, detailing, labeling over the drawings that we have it. Why? Because when we provide those to people, they will be able to get those information by looking at the drawings. I believe this is enough for annotate tab.